So this is just a brief little how-to video for the transport assignment, um, just so that everybody's clear on how it's supposed to be done. So that this is due when the 28th, that is this coming Monday. So you click on the activity, then you open this up. It is going to be a kind of goofy looking Word document. If it is downloading, there we go. Alright, it looks like this. Again, it's goofy looking, I know, because it's a photocopy turned into a PDF, turned into a Word document, so it doesn't look great. Like you can delete parts of it. At any rate, let me just move along. So the way all of these work as you move through it, here, there, and there, is really all of the information you need to answer the questions is embedded in the figure. So like if you look up here, you've got a cell membrane and it's labeled, well, it's not labeled, but it should be intracellular environment, extracellular environment, and then the different types of transport are labeled, and you can see how many molecules of any one thing are on one side versus another side. So for example, down here, just to sort of get you started, it says examine the model above. They call these figures models. And identify the different transport processes. So that's easy enough. For each transport process, indicate the different amounts of solutes on each side of the membrane by labeling high solute concentration and low solute concentration on the appropriate side. So you just come over here, and if you can type, type. If you can't, you can't. Maybe use a text box. Right? Text box, simple text box. Oh, and it screws it up. Of course it does. Well, I don't know how you want to do that because it's getting to be kind of a pain. And then it goes away. Why does that go away? Oh, there we go. So you can make it work. You just have to format it right. So this would be right, high concentration on the outside, low concentration on the inside, and then you can just copy and whoops, not doing it right. All right, copy, paste. Oh, you can't put drawing on there. Whatever, do the best you can. Maybe if you do it this way, delete, whoops, return, and then that's kind of over that. Oh wow, it gets weird. And then that's high, and that's high, and spacebar, tab, play with the tab. Move that back. That's low. Get those labels in there as best you can. I realize it's not perfect, but it's what we have. So, right, and you can see there's lots of dots here, fewer dots here. So these are all where there's high concentration. This is where there's low concentration. The other thing I will point out, they have ions and water here, and they just have them going through the channel, which in the case of water would be an aquaporin, but we also want to remember that water can cross through the phospholipid bilayer. So if you want to do, like, draw a little line showing water going right through, feel free to do that, because it does both. And I don't know why I couldn't get this empty blank page to go away. It's just a formatting thing that I'm not going to fight with because I don't have time to fix everything. So you keep going along, answer all of these questions based on what you see in the figure here. I should add, actually, down here, they say plasma membrane here and plasma membrane there. It really should be phospholipid bilayer. So they want to know if it's passing right through the phospholipids as opposed to passing through a protein of some sort? That is a poorly worded question, but it's not my question, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then you do all this. Here, the one thing I will point out, because it's a little hard to see, it's just kind of a weird weird figure. These big clumpy things, those are supposed to be your solutes, and then these little two dots, which look like owl eyes in the darkness, those are supposed to be your water molecules. So what you're supposed to notice is that water can pass through this semi-permeable membrane, but your solutes cannot. And this is indeed how your cells work. For the most part, solutes like sodium, potassium, calcium, amino acids, proteins, glucose, don't pass freely through the membrane, whereas water does because it can pass through the phospholipid bilayer. So look at this figure, answer these questions. Then you're going to complete this here, which is very similar to one of the drawings in your textbook, so you should be able to figure it out. Or not your textbook, your PowerPoints. And then here as well, this we went over in the PowerPoint. It's just reinforcing that. So answer all of those questions as best you can. Oh, these got, I can't speak. Corrupted, I guess. This is supposed to be maybe hypotonic and hypertonic with isotonic in the middle. I'm not going to change and repost that. Maybe I'll fix it later. I didn't realize that that had happened. And then again, answer the rest of these as best you can, and we will go over this in class. So that's it. Hopefully it's not too hard and doesn't take up too much time.